Hello and welcome back to our channel. I am back yet again reviewing one of your favorite movies on Netflix. It is again Umjolo. I must say that Netflix has been dropping Umjolo series like nobody else's business. I'm not sure if this is their third Mojolo. It's called My Beginning and My End. I'm sure there are already two other Mjolos that has been released, and this one is the third. I'm not really sure, but trust there is another Mjolo that's gonna be released on the 14th of February on our Valentine's Day. So I'm guessing it's gonna be another romantic movie. This one was giving kinda comedy-ish. My partner whom I'm doing those reviews with has already reviewed the other two Mujolos, which I did not watch. Really, I'm not quite sure how they were, but he will give his opinions on comparing the other two Mujolos with this one that was recently released. Um, Here we have a girl. I'm sorry, guys, I got disturbed. I think my battery switched off. As I was saying, that we have our main character who goes by the name of Mayibuye, and Mayibuye is engaged to be a prince wife. I think it's one of the very much prominent family. It's a chiefinate family, and it goes by the name of Ndabezitha Majola. Funny enough, the movie itself is started by Mayibuye celebrating her 30th birthday, and it seems like she is in a restaurant. They are playing jazz. I'm guessing that they are portraying this whole thing as jazz is one of her favorite music, and whilst she's there, she meets a artist, a struggling artist, if you must say. He goes by the name of Sizwe. He looks like he is a really struggling jazz artist, but he is trying, he's trying to meet ends meet and all that. You all know how it's like in Joburg first time around, especially when you're just coming to hustle. Really, it's not an easy place. So also Mayibuye looks like someone who's just trying to find herself, trying to discover herself. They meet, they have a very great time. They end up spending a night together, just talking, cuddling, and getting to know each other. In the morning, Mai was called by her father, who happened to be our very own famous Brutus. Well, Mai walks in with with her new friend now, Sizwe, and they found Mai's father cleaning his gun. This, of course, does scare Sizwe off. But quickly, Mai's father warms up to Usizwe easily. He happens to be very much fond of Usizwe, and we do get that this does not normally happen. It's not something that normally happens with Mai's father. And Mai even offers the new friend Sizwe a drink. It just makes everything awkward. Whilst we do see that Mai's father has quickly warmed up to the guest, that's not the case with Mai's mother. Mai's mother sees the boy as a distraction, someone who's just not well suitable for her daughter. And she knows that her daughter now have a fiance. She is soon to get married very soon, and the last thing that she wants is someone to come and distract her daughter. We then get to see Mai's fiance, who was worried sick about her. It happens that Mai was having a great night in this restaurant, and her phone was off. So he's coming over. He's like, "Hey, I was worried sick about you. Where were you?" But Mai just assures him that, listen, babe, I just was having a time of my life, and I lost track of time. Before I know it, my phone was off and I was with my friend. This is when her friend backs her up. I haven't seen Mai's friend on TV like for the longest. She used to be a star in Uzalo, and for me just to see her again, I was just so happy. Okay, so Mai then confide in her friend that she met a guy, she likes the guy is awesome, the guy is beautiful, and she sees something between her and the guy, something that could be special. The friend is just like, Lalela, come back to the friend is like, listen, come back to earth. Come back to earth. You are someone's fiancé. You are soon to get married. Forget about the fling. Just forget about it, okay? The guy, on the other hand, is doing the very same thing, confiding in his friend that, he thinks he is falling in love. He meets a girl of his dreams, and da 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 da. However, the guy does not know that Mai is set to get married. Mayibuye on the other side, as starting to doubt everything that has been happening between her and the fiance. Even her father is just like, baby girl, you really don't have to get married if you don't want to. And these people really, they think that they are too good, they are too better than everybody else. Okay. Zweli, the fiance, the husband to be, have family drama as well. It appears that her father is a very, very, very prominent figure. And whilst they are being served in breakfast, they are discussing the upcoming wedding. It appears that the father of this family is busy having eye contacts with their helper, which really at first I didn't pay much attention to until the helper is going into labor. She has to go and deliver the baby, which then I was like, what? The helper is pregnant? Usually, when the helper is pregnant, it's usually one of the family members, okay? It is usually one of the family members. And also on the other side, Maya is just walking, doing her own things, and she got hit by a car. And do bear in mind that this is after her boyfriend have gifted her one of the very expensive necklaces that cost around about 200,000. Like, who does that, you all? Who gives someone a 200 rands necklace, whereas that person does not even have wells? They don't have a car, yet they are being gifted such expensive gifts. Like, it makes zero sense. Anyway, the helper goes to the hospital, deliver the baby. The madam of the house is threatening to fire the helper, saying, listen, I don't need you anymore in my house. But then the helper spins everything around and say, Lalela, listen, madam, you ain't gonna fire me, because that's just not gonna be possible for you to do, because I'm pregnant. No, because the child rather that I'm having as the majolas. Okay, this child is majolas, and so now everybody in the room just automatically assume that the child belong to the son, Zweli, right? Everybody assumed that the child belongs to Zweli. And when Zweli walks in, he's being schooled for impregnating the helper. Like, hey, how could you. And guys, there is our very own TikTok entertainer in this movie. I like the fact that he keeps on just getting in, giving his own review there and there. Guys, people are getting the bag. Walalela, the bag is being it's there, okay? It's there, and I like it. I love it for them. So, where was I? The helper, right? The helper is saying the child belongs to the family. Now, the father had one-on-one talk with the son to say, listen, my son, you gotta take the fall. You gotta take the fall. You gotta take this one for the family, because you know that should me and your mother get divorced, you're gonna lose all the privileges that you are getting right now, and that's just not a cool thing, right? Ahmed Pouasizwe found really himself cornered, having not much of a choice, but really to agree into this whole thing of taking one for the family. Meanwhile, Mai is really getting close to this guy, to this pianist guy, really getting close, okay? They end up, making up and getting close, like how two adults who are in a relationship, rather, married rather, would get close to one another. So yeah, they end up doing the deeds, and when they wake up, there was someone knocking in the door, and it's happened to be Zweli's uncle, who then says, "Ah, Una Mahloni, you have no shame, boy. You know very well that you left a wife back at home and ubusy mona with with the city girls. How could you?" Mai was very much disappointed after learning that the pianist guy has a wife, and called off everything and just try to focus in her life, in that, what, at the end of the day, she's someone's fiance, she's soon to get married, and she needs to focus on that. And for a while it seems like things were going well, except that the pianist guy was kind of being forced into marriage. It's more like he had to marry someone because that someone was his brother's wife. So now, because she is a widower, and someone must step up. I would think that this is African culture, whereby if one of your brothers passed away, you must now step up and be her husband, just so that you can raise your brother's kids. I know for one that I'm Zulu. We practice this culture a lot in my Zulu culture. So I don't know about other African cultures, but yeah, also they are Xhosa, so it seems like they practice it a lot as well as Xhosa people. So now, pianist has to now sit his uncle down and say, Lalela, uncle, this is not it, okay? It's not it, and it's not happening, and it's not about to happen. Not now, not ever. I cannot marry my brother's wife. I'm not in love with my brother's wife. I cannot step up. But the uncle is like, no, Lalela, life does not work that way. We don't get married for love. We get married for survival. But then the pianist really had to corner the wife as well and be like, hey bro, do you really want this? Okay, are you in love with me like that? So it was then established that the wife does not want to get married as well to the pianist. The pianist is like, okay, it's fine, let's drop this. Okay, so now this one, the guy's wife, guys, like, I've forgotten all their names, but I hope you all follow what I'm trying to say. Okay, the brother's wife, who was supposed to be the pianist, this guy's wife, realized that the pianist is really in love with Mayibuye, then goes and convinces Mayibuye to say, listen, Mayibuye, this guy is really, really, really in love with you and all that. But my boy was just not having it. It was just like, you know what, I'm getting married, I have decided. One thing that I like is that when my boy took money home to give to his father was just like, you don't have to do this, you really don't have to give me money. Oh sana, where do they make such African parents where they refuse money from their children? Like, where do they make such African parents? Because I need them ASAP, Kesana. So, uh, when on my boy's wedding day, actually, the father even like took out a lot of money, a lot of money, and said, "My daughter, I love you so much, and you really don't have to get married for money. You don't have to get married for money." this is the money that you have been giving me and I have been saving it. I just want to tell you that you don't have to get married for money. But maybe it was just like, Dad, really, it's too late for this. Okay, we here, we at the venue now, we might as well go and get married. And that's what happened. They went and they got married. Okay, now listen, the pianist was also booked to perform at Maya's wedding. So when he got there, he realized that, oh my gosh, I'm in Maya's wedding. And he's just like, no, I'm going, I'm leaving, I can't do this. But her friend, or rather his friend, convinced him that, Lalela, you have to do this. This is for the bag, bro. For the love and the bag is not the same thing, and it's never the same thing. You gotta be here and you gotta perform. So he was performing, doing it for the bag. And, whilst he was performing, Mai's eyes were just on him, like, oh, Sana, here's my man, but I'm getting married to the wrong one. I'm getting married to the wrong man. My real man is over there. Those were Mai's eyes. They were just kind of giving. They were giving, good, see, I am getting married to the wrong man, or I'm getting used. So, but surprisingly, Mai said, I do. But when she was given, the paper to make it officially married, that's when she realized, I'm not yet married. Okay, the only time that I'm gonna be married is when I sign this paper. That's when I'm gonna be married. She then called off everything and ran off with the pianist. Oh, Sana, taking a chance on love. It was so beautiful, guys, because more than anything, love is not based on money. I mean, we need money for survival. We definitely need money for survival, but we cannot base love solely on money. Anyway, this definitely does bring us to the end of the review. Now, if you do love and enjoy our reviews, we'll give this video a huge thumbs up. And of course, we will see you on the next one when we are giving you more reviews like this. And if you are enjoying this Umjolo series, you will tell us down in the comments section. I will see you in the next one. Till then, bye.